Hi everyone, I'm Yamurali Krishna, Department of Mechanical Engineering. In this class, I will explain about what is the principle and working of propeller shaft and what are the different types of propeller shaft used in the automobile vehicles. In this class, we will see about the what is the principle of propeller shaft and also what is the working and what are the constructional details of this propeller shaft and what are the different terms involved in this propeller shaft and what are the different types of propeller shafts used in the automobile vehicles. So what is the main purpose of these propeller shafts? It is used to transmit the power from one shaft to the another shaft. That is the device used in the automobile vehicles. In previous classes, we will seen about the so many different transmission systems. It is those are all involved in automobile vehicle engines. So many different parts involved in that automobile vehicle engine. In that engine, we have gearboxes. In that gearbox, it is connected through the connecting rod, and another one clutches. In that clutches, we are discussed about the different types of clutches and what is the working and operation of these clutches. These are so many different types of transmission systems in the automobile vehicle engines. Today we will see about the what is the principal working of propeller shaft and what are the different types. It is Hotchkiss drive mechanism and torque type drive mechanism. These are the two different types of drive mechanisms in the propeller shafts. First of all, we will see what is the introduction of this propeller shaft. The propeller shaft is connecting the drive from gearbox to the final drive, hence it is also called drive shaft. So this propeller shaft, it is connected through the gearbox. So the propeller shaft is connected through the gearbox. That gearbox we have that gearbox is connected through the connecting rod. In that connecting rod, it is connected through a universal joint. By using this propeller shaft should be fixed on that um, universal joint, and also hence it is also called drive shaft. That's why it is called drive shafts. When the drive member, it is a connecting rod. In that connecting rod there are different pistons are arranged in that engine. So in that engine, it is connecting rod is connected through the a universal joint through this propeller shaft. When the power is transmitted on that engine, that power should be transmitted uh, one shaft to the another shaft. I am using this type of propeller shaft. Okay, so in this type of propeller shaft connects with universal joint. That's why it is called a driving shaft. And it is the group of parts connecting the transmission with the drive wheels. In this propeller shaft, there are so many different devices are connecting through this propeller shaft, and the power should be transmitted at one position to the another position. It is the engine should be placed at one place of the automobile vehicle. Then it is the power should be transmitted at front wheels or rear wheels or four wheel drives or individual wheel drives. The power should be transmitted by using this propeller shaft when the group of parts should be connecting in this transmission system. It consists of propeller shaft, also called as the drive shaft. This propeller shaft is also called as the drive shaft. Why it is called drive shaft? It means the propeller shaft is connected through the driving shaft. That's why it is called a drive shaft. this connection, the engine connecting rod and this propeller shaft should be connected through one universal joint. That universal joint, it is called, that's why it is called a drive shaft. And another one, the universal joints are constant velocity joints and slip joints. These are the different joints used to connect the engine connecting rod and propeller shaft. This is the connection of the propeller shaft and the that engine driving shaft. So these are the different joints are used in the connection of engine connecting rod and propeller shaft. And next one, you can see next one. uh, where should we place this connecting rod in the automobile vehicle system? You can see this diagram. It is the propeller shaft. It is the propeller shaft. This propeller shaft is connected through the engine. It is the engine transmission system. This engine transmission system, we have a gearbox and the clutches, and this torque should be transmitted at uh, rear wheel drives. Rear wheel drives. So the torque should be transmitted. How should we connect this propeller shaft in the automobile vehicle engine? Is I am using one joint. That joint is called universal joint. That joint is called universal joint. So by using that universal joint, I am connecting this propeller shaft into the rear wheel drive of the differential. So in this differential, I am connecting a propeller shaft through universal joint. Whenever the engine shaft should be rotates, automatically the propeller shaft also rotates. That propeller shaft is connected through the differential. In the differential also rotates. So in the differential, we are placed in between the differential, different mechanism. So that different mechanism, the rotary motion should be converted into the wheels rotating motion. Wheels rotating motion. The propeller shafts rotates at one direction, but the rear wheels are drives it another direction. So in that direction, the wheels direction, I am placing a mechanism in this differential. Okay, so that is the purpose of differential. In the differential, the propeller shaft is connecting through a universal joint. These are the two universal joints are placed in the automobile vehicle system. Okay, so what are the different parts in that propeller shaft? That is, one is shaft. As this has to withstand the torsional loads, it is usually made of tubular cross section. It also have to be well balanced to avoid whirling at high speeds. Shafts are made of steel, aluminum, or composite materials. So these shafts are bare with high amount of torsional loads. So because so much different amount of loads are acting on that propeller shafts, that's why uh, what type of design we are taking, it is to withstand the torsional loads, to withstand the different torsional loads, and different weight should be acting on that propeller shaft. That's why we are designing that propeller shaft at a different parameters should be taking to design that propeller shaft is very efficient design should be placing on that propeller shaft. It is usually made of tubular cross section. So the propeller shaft is made of tubular cross section. Why? Because that propeller shaft is connecting through the engine connecting rod. So the engine connecting rod, it is a tubular direction, that is a cylindrical shape. That's why the connecting the propeller shaft also designs the tubular cross section. When the connecting rod should be rotates circularly, also this propeller shaft also rotates the circular motion based upon the engine shaft. How much amount of torque should be, how much amount of power should be developed on that engine, same power should be, or increasing power should be transmitted through this propeller shaft, through the um through this propeller shaft to the differential. That's why this amount of shape we are placed in the propeller shaft. It also have to well balanced to avoid whirling at high speeds. In this design of propeller shaft, we have placed the tubular cross section. I am placing a tubular cross section design. What type of design I am taking? Tubular cross section propeller shaft I am design. So in that design, it is well balanced to avoid whirling at high speeds. It is balanced at whirling high speeds in that automobile vehicle. And the shafts are made of steel. So high strength material I am taking to design this propeller shaft. What type of material it is? Mild steel. Shafts are made of steel or aluminum or composite materials. These are the different materials are used to manufacture the propeller shafts. Why? Because these type of materials I am using, what are the different properties should be maintaining on that propeller shaft. It is rust quantity or wear and tear resistance, and different types of loads acting on that propeller shaft. It should be very efficient on that loads. That's why these type of different materials are used in the making of propeller shafts. And next one, universal joint. Universal joint, it is also one main component in the propeller shaft. In this universal joint, it is joined two different cross sections. One is a propeller shaft and another one is engine connecting rod, that is driving um rod. Then one or two universal joints, depending upon the type of rear axle drive used. The universal joints account for the up and down movements of the rear axle when the vehicle is running. One or two universal joints, we are using one or two different types of universal joints in the automobile vehicle system. It is depending upon the type of rear axle drive. It is depending upon the this one or two universal joints, we are using only one universal joint or we are using two universal joints. It is depending upon the this one or two universal joints, depending upon the type of rear axle drive. We are taking different axle drives. One is front axle drive and rear axle drive are um, four-wheel drives or individual drive mechanism. These are the different drive mechanisms used in the automobile vehicle system. Based upon this condition, we are using one or two universal joints on this automobile vehicle system. The universal joints account for the up and down movements of the rear axle when the vehicle is running. So the universal joints account for up and down movements. So the universal joint should be what type of movements? It is up and down movements getting. That's why the vehicle should be running at forward motion or reverse motion. So that is vehicle is running. Okay. Whenever the universal joint should be up and down motion, up and down movements when the automobile vehicle is running. Okay. And next one, slip joint. We are using different types of joints in this propeller shafts. One is universal joint and another one is slip joint. Depending upon the type of drive, on slip joint may be there in shaft. This serves to adjust the length of the propeller shaft when demanded by rear axle movements. So where we use the slip joint, we are using the different drive mechanisms on the automobile vehicle system. Based upon that type of driving mechanisms, we are using the different types of joints in the automobile vehicle. One slip joint may be there in shaft. Depending upon the type of drive, we are using the slip joint. Suppose I am using rear wheel drive, I am using universal joint, or I am using um, four-wheel drive mechanism. In that four-wheel drive mechanism, we are using slip joint also. Okay, so these are the different types of drives used in the automobile vehicle system. Based upon that drives, these different types of drives used in the automobile vehicle. So to adjust this length of the propeller shaft when demanded by rear axle movements. So this serves to adjust the length of the propeller shaft in the slip joint. In this slip joint, it is adjust the length of the propeller shaft. It should be adjust the length of the propeller shaft when demanded by the rear axle. So we are using rear axle drive mechanism in this slip joint. Okay. You can see what is the introduction of this propeller shaft, and where should we place on this propeller shaft, and what is the what type of joints is used in the propeller shaft system in the automobile vehicle. It is engine. So in this engine, it is engine. In this engine, we have pistons or connecting the engine connecting rod is placed in the engine. Then it is transmission system. The transmission system, it is torque to be transmitted by using different clutches or any torque moments. It is the transmission system. The torque should be transmitted by using this propeller shaft. So the torque should be transmitted through propeller shaft at the rear axle drive. This is the axle drive. In this axle drive, how should we get the power on that engine? By using this propeller shaft. Okay, so you can see this propeller shaft. It is the propeller shaft is connecting with engine driving shaft, and this engine driving shaft is connected through the propeller shaft one end, and another end of the propeller shaft is connected through the axial shaft, that is the driven shaft in the automobile vehicle. Okay, so it is the connection of the propeller shaft in the automobile vehicle system. What are the different components are placed in the this propeller shaft? What type of different components is placed, and what are the different assembled components is placed in the propeller shaft? So you can see there are different types of parts is placed in the propeller shaft. Okay, in this propeller shaft, what are different components involved? You can see once, it is propeller shaft. So the main one is propeller shaft. It is the propeller shaft, and that propeller shaft we have a slip joint spline. In that slip joint spline, there is a dust cap. So the power should be transmitted through this engine. Some amount of dust particles are collecting from the air or engine. It should be collecting through this dust cap. Okay, and next, core gasket core gasket, and a fixed type splined sliding yoke, that is assembled in sample plane. Okay, so that is a joint called different joints in the propeller shaft. For example, we can take it is universal joint. Okay now, so it is the one end of the joint, and another end of the joint it is. Okay, so in the joints, you can see what are the different components assembled in this joint is journal, flange yoke, and oil seals, snap ring, roller bearings, and another snap rings. These are the different components of this joint. Also same and also same another end of the components, you can see flange yoke, nuts, u-bolt, lock plate, journal, oil seal, roller bearings, snap ring, roller bearing. Okay, same components are involved in the two ends of the propeller shaft. One end of the propeller shaft is connecting through the engine driving shaft, and the another end of the propeller shaft is connecting through the differential driven shaft. Okay, these are the different components of the propeller shaft. And next one, what is more about this propeller shaft? uh, what type of um, what is the main purpose of this propeller shaft in the automobile vehicles? It is the propeller shaft is used as a driving shaft to join the output shaft of the gearbox with the differential unit in the rear axle. This propeller shaft is also known as the driving shaft. This driving shaft, it is connected through the engine, that is transmission system. That transmission system, how much amount of torque should be developed on the engine, it is transferred to the different axial drives, that is a rear axial drive, through connects the differential. Okay, what he told is the propeller shaft should be connected through the driving shaft. How much amount of power should be developed on that engine, the power should be transmitted through this propeller shaft through the differential by using different joints on the propeller shaft. And next one, the rotational motion of the gearbox. The rotational motion of the gearbox main shaft is transferred to the differential unit for rotating the drive wheels. Mainly torsional loads acts on the propeller shafts. Hence, it is made of tubular cross section. So, why we use the tubular cross section of this propeller shaft? It is the main important point in this. The rotational motion of the gearbox main shaft is transferred to the differential unit. What type of main shaft? It is propeller shaft that is connected through the differential. So that's why it is rotating the drive wheels. Mainly torsional loads are acting on that propeller shaft. That's why we are using tubular cross section of this propeller shaft. Okay, and next one, to prevent the turbulence generation at high speed, it is perfectly balanced. We are using turbulent generation at high speed, it is perfectly balanced the propeller shaft. And universal joint is provided to transmit the power at changing angles of the propeller shaft while vehicle is running. So universal joint is provide the transmission of power to changing the angles of this propeller shaft. Also the power should be transmitted through this vehicle running. And next one, slip joint is provided with propeller shaft to take care of increase in the length of the propeller shaft while vehicle is running. So where we use the slip joint, it is the length of the propeller shaft is very high. That condition we are using the slip joint on the automobile vehicle. Okay. And next one, what are the function of this propeller shaft? The main functions of the propeller shafts is propeller shaft take power from the gearbox output shaft without making any change in power. It transmits the same input pinion of the differential unit from where power is transmitted to the drive wheels through the rear axle. So what is the main purpose of this propeller shaft is the propeller shaft take power from the gearbox. So the power is developed on the engine. So in that engine, the transmission system, we develop the torque. So that amount of torque or that amount of power should be transmitted through wheels. So in this condition, in this area, we are using one device. So that device is called propeller shaft. It is used to transmit the torque or power in that developing on that engine. So it is transferred through different wheel drives on the automobile vehicle system. So what is the main purpose of this propeller shaft? It is the torque should be transmitted at the engine power should be transmitted through this propeller shaft by using this propeller shaft on the different wheel drives. Okay, so that is the main function of the propeller shaft. And next one, to accommodate the change in line and level between gearbox output shaft and differential input pinion shaft, we are placing the engine at different conditions. In environment, we are using so many different types of vehicles. In different types of vehicles, the engine should be placed in different positions. Based upon that different positions, we are using different types of propeller shafts on that engine. That power should be transmitted different areas. Okay, so to accommodate the change in line or level between the gearbox output shaft and the differential input pinion shaft, that is the main purpose of the propeller shaft in the automobile vehicle. Okay, so those are the different functions of the propeller shaft. And next one, what are the constructional details of the propeller shaft? You are already seen what are the constructional details of the propeller shaft. You see, there are different types of parts involved in the propeller shaft. So what type of different parts? It is a propeller shaft, slip joint, spline, and a core gasket, universal joint assembly, and also fixed yoke, splined sliding yokes, that is journal. In that journal, we are connected with roller bearings, snap rings, oil seals, alane journal with a flange yoke. Okay, and another side of the propeller shaft, it is connected through the U-bolt, lock plates, nuts, flange yoke, roller bearings. These are the different components are constructed in a propeller shaft. So what type of constructional details of propeller shaft is, the propeller shaft used to transmit the power from gearbox output shaft to differential with tubular cross section and one or two pieces construction. So the propeller shaft is used to transmit the power at the output shaft of the engine. Then uh, the power should be transmitted through propeller shaft in differential with the tubular cross section. It is one or two pieces of the construction, and the two pieces propeller shaft is supported at the center by rubber mounted bearing. We are using one or two piece construction of this propeller shaft. We are using two piece propeller shaft. It is supported with the rubber mounted bearing on this propeller shaft. And next one, propeller shaft should be rigid enough to absorb the twisting action due to driving torque and the torsional shocks. It should also be capable of resisting the vibration. Propeller shaft should be rigid enough and absorb the twisting action. So in that propeller shaft is rotating, so the power should be transmitted engine through the differential. The propeller shaft should be rotates. In that rotation, oh, the propeller shaft gets different types of loads are acting on that propeller shaft. So that's why it is rigid enough to absorb the twisting actions due to the driving torque and the torsional shocks. Okay, it should also be capable of resisting the vibration. It should also be capable of the resisting the vibration. So the propeller shaft should be control the vibrations also. Okay, so the engine should be running position. The vehicle should running on the road. uh, Different vibrations are acting on that propeller shaft. That vibrations are controlled through this propeller shaft, and different parameters should be maintaining to design that propeller shaft. That's why the vibrations also control the propeller shafts. The vehicle is running position. Okay, so those are the different construction details of the propeller shaft. And next one, tubular propeller shaft is generally used because, so why we use this tubular propeller shaft? It is used generally because it weight less. So the tubular propeller shaft has a weightless. And next one, it can resist misalignments. any type of misalignment is placed in the automobile vehicle system through that propeller shaft, it is also bear that misalignment to run the vehicle. Okay, that purpose we are using the tubular propeller shaft. Next one, it has a good torsional strength. How much amount of torque should be developed on that engine? The torque should be transmitted through the differential by using this propeller shaft, and also different torsional loads are acting on that this propeller shaft. So these type of loads we are control the um, this type of tubular section we will design to control these torsional loads. And next one, it provide less resistance to change of angular speed caused when hook type coupling is used. It provide less resistance to change in the angular speeds. So to change the different speeds on these wheels, we are using the hook type coupling. We are using hook type coupling to change the different angular speeds on this propeller shaft. Okay. And next one, propeller shaft is running faster when overdrive is used. Hence, it should be produced as per required design specification and good limit of balance. The propeller shaft is running faster when overdrive is used. So the engine should be running at overdrive. A high amount of speed should be getting on that engine. So what type of design we are giving on that propeller shaft, it should be running only. Why? Because the overdrive running of the engine, the propeller shaft runs with only what type of design specification and what is the good limit of the propeller shaft, it runs only. Okay, so in before arrangement of the propeller shaft in the automobile vehicle, we will design this propeller shaft. Different parameters and different properties should be based and uh, to design this propeller shaft. So what type of different properties should be maintaining? It is high amount of loads are acting, different torsional loads are acting, different pressures are acting on the propeller shaft. Okay. And different rust quantities or wear quantities, these type of parameters should be taken to design this propeller shaft. Okay, so where should we place this and what type of joints is used to uh, place this propeller shaft? In this propeller shaft are joined together by using this universal joint. So one end of the universal joint is connected through the engine shaft, and another end of the uh, joint is connected through this differential shaft. Okay, these two joints are universal joints, and also slip joint is also used in the length of the shaft should be increased on the automobile vehicle. Whenever the length of the shaft is increased on the automobile vehicle, the slip joint is used. Okay, and next one, you can see what is the connection and how should we connect the propeller shaft in the automobile vehicle. You can see there is a engine. In that engine we have transmission system. In that transmission system, the shaft is placed in between the transmission system, that is driving shaft. Okay, that is engine connecting shaft. In that engine connecting shaft, by using slip yoke is placed in the engine connecting shaft, and we placed the a universal joint on the uh, engine connecting shaft. Okay, by using this universal joint is connected through the propeller shaft, and another end of the propeller shaft is connected through the same uh, yoke of the universal joint. So one is slip yoke. In the slip yoke is placed in the transmission system, and the rear yoke is used in the differential. In that rear yoke, we will connect the universal. We will connect the propeller shaft by using this universal joint. Okay, you can see there is front universal joint, can see there is front universal joint. It is the front universal joint and it is the rear universal joint. By using these two universal joints, the propeller shaft should be connected through the transmission system and the differential of the automobile vehicle. Okay, it is the propeller shaft. That is the connection of propeller shaft in the automobile vehicle. And what is the drive shaft and what is the transmission system? You can see so suppose the front wheel drive we are seeing, we are using different types different drive mechanisms in this automobile vehicle system. We can see a front wheel drive. In that front wheel drive, the power should be transmitted through the front wheels only. Okay, so the engine is placed in between the front side of the automobile vehicle. The power should be transmitted front wheels of the automobile vehicle. So what type of design you can see, you can observe this automobile vehicle. There is a engine placing in the automobile. It is the engine position in the automobile. So in that engine position, what is the position of that engine is, it is the overall position of the engine in that automobile. Okay, so there is a transmission system is placed in the automobile vehicle. In the transmission system, we have a drive shaft. That is the drive shaft. In the drive shaft is connected through this um, constant velocity joint. We are using, we are not using it is universal joint. We are using constant velocity joint. By the this constant velocity joint is connected through the differential. Okay, so it is the drive shaft. That drive shaft is also known as the propeller shaft. In this propeller shaft is connecting through the constant velocity joint. It is the constant velocity joint. In this constant velocity joint, the propeller shaft should be connected, and another end of the propeller shaft is connected through the differential. It is the front wheel drive mechanism of the front wheel drive propeller shaft fitting of the automobile vehicle. Okay, and next one, rear wheel drive. So the power should be transmitted on the engine. Engine power is transmitted through the rear wheels. So where we should place the propeller shaft on this rear wheel drive operation, it is the engine. The power should be developed on that engine and the torque should be transmitted through this transmission gearbox, and the propeller shaft is connecting through the by using this universal joint of the engine connecting shaft. Okay, that is the output shaft of the engine. So that output shaft of the engine is connecting through the different yokes, that is front yokes and rear yokes. The propeller shaft is connecting through the two universal joints, two universal joint. In that, another end of the universal joint is connecting through the differential shaft. It is the differential setup in the automobile vehicle system. Okay, you can see there is a clutch position and propeller shaft and universal joint and differential. Next, rear axle shaft, rear axle housing. Okay, these are the different components or different parts in the rear wheel drive of the automobile vehicle. So there is the propeller shaft position in the rear wheel drive system. And next one, four wheel drive operation of the automobile vehicle. So the four wheel drive. So in that four wheel drive, what is the transmission? You can see there is a transmission system. In the transmission system, The power should be transmitted through these four wheels on the automobile vehicle. Okay, so the power should be transmitted through four wheels of the automobile vehicle by using this propeller shaft. Okay, this propeller shaft is placed in between the four wheels by connecting this slip joint. Okay, we are using slip joints also in this four wheel drive mechanism. Okay, why? Because the length of the propeller shaft should be increased. We are used maximum length of the propeller shaft in the not maximum length of the propeller shaft. We are using high length of the propeller shaft in this four wheel drive mechanism. So in this four wheel drive mechanism, there is uh, front axle differential and a rear axle differential. There are two differential is placed in the four wheel drive. In that four wheel drive, two different axle, that is front axle drive and a rear axle differential. There are two differential is placed in the four wheel drive. The power should be transmitted through this propeller shaft at four wheels of the automobile vehicle. Okay, what are the requirements of this propeller shaft? There has a high torsional strength, toughened and hardened and efficiently jointed. These are the requirements of the propeller shaft. What is high torsional strength? Therefore, they are made of solid or hollow circular cross section. So the high torsional strength we are getting to use this solid or hollow circular cross sections of the propeller shaft, and toughened and hardened. Therefore, they are made of superior quality steel and are introduction hardened. So, superior quality steel should be using to make this propeller shaft. We get the toughened and hardened. Next one, efficiently jointed. Therefore, they are generally welded by submerged or carbon dioxide welding process. By this process, the joint should be efficiently on this propeller shaft. Okay, these are the requirements of the propeller shaft. And what is dynamically balanced and reduced thrust loads? It is since the phenomenon of the wheeling may be critical at higher speeds, therefore the propeller shafts are tested on the electronic balancing machine. And the reduced thrust loads, since the resonance is dangerous for the life of shaft, it is also transmits excessive dynamic force to the shafts and supports, and so its occurrence should be avoided. So next class, we will see about the types of propeller shafts in the automobile vehicle. We are using two different types of propeller shaft. It is torque tube type of propeller shaft and Hotchkiss type propeller shaft. In these types of propeller shaft, we will discuss in next class. So thank you guys.